day. It is Friday, June 8th at 05:40. And we're heading out to a local impoundment that has a healthy population of smallmouth bass, many of which have the right attitude. Of course, that attitude is bite by cricket. We're throwing it back a little bit today. We're towing the Old Town Canoe. We're going to be floating around in the canoe today, going back to my roots. The temperature is 49 degrees, supposed to be in the upper 70s today with a 5 to 10 mile an hour east-southeast. No, east-northeast, which should, until the sun gets up, keep it cool. The place is deep and clear, and a little wind helps. I expect to be fishing low and slow today. Once there's no longer any shadows anywhere, it'll be a drop shot bite. I'm going to try a vibrating jig today in the eelgrass. Going to check out that Z-Man bait. Although I have fished it a few times, I have yet to experience the hammer, the effectiveness of the hammer yet. Although I don't doubt its effectiveness, I have yet to experience it myself. We'll see if that'll go today. But drop shot, baby. If I can isolate them on some edges where the eelgrass, edges of the eelgrass, between the sand and the eelgrass, sometimes you can work something right in the sand and they'll eat it, or you can just get it, throw a tube down deep, 25 feet out onto the sand flat, and work it back towards the eelgrass and pull it into the eelgrass, and they'll eat it that way. The other way is you get deeper, throw it into the eelgrass, and when you pop it out onto the sand, they snag it. Oh God, that was a deer, and I got a really good look at his hind parts, but I didn't hit them. That was close. I think that's the closest in 11 years that I've been here in Michigan that I came to actually clipping one of the things. Wow. And it was on video. I wonder how my face looked. I'd be curious to see how that was. Was it this one? Because it felt like it. I'm awake now. Yeah! Alright. We're pulling up to the lake now. We'll see what happens. Good talking. Good morning. Since it's been a while since I've been out in the Old Town, and this is where we're headed right here. Don't read the sign. This is what the Old Town looks like, rigged and ready. I haven't been out in a bit. Got a battery up forward, with wires running back to the trolling motor. That battery also acts as a very nice counterbalance so that I'm not bow up in the air. I've got my rigs and a little rod holder here. Port side, from front to back. I got a drop shot, caffeine shattered tube. I've got the token walleye jig and wrap, a Ned rig, a rage bug on a freedom head, 2 Z-Man chatterbaits, a square bill, and a red eye shadow. The tool bin, life jacket, which will be on my person. We've got the Humminbird 363. That baby's got some time in service. I think we're coming up on 11 years old on that thing. We got the Minn Kota 50. Been around for a while. I got another trolling motor here in the back that powers the fish finder, and it also is the emergency battery home. They're both, one's a 31, I think the other one's a 29. And then we have assorted tackle spread throughout the unit. It's a fishing machine. I caught a lot of decent fish out of this thing. It's fun to fish in when the conditions are right. And today, the conditions look good. We'll see if the fish are willing to cooperate. Good talking to you. Caught a walleye really early, pretty nice one. And turned the camera on, brought him to the boat, and he spit me. And then caught a largemouth on a tube. And it's been kind of slow. I've been looking deep. The water is super clean, really clear. I've been looking deeper. Haven't got anything, so I'm going to come in shallow through the Ned rig around the sand. Got a little dinkus. We're going to keep fishing, see what happens. Good talking to you. Alright, so I moved into a weed bed that's in about 12 feet. And threw the Z-Man jackhammer. Threw it first cast. I thought it was a pike, but it's a decent smallmouth. Choked it. Beautiful fish. That's a big confidence builder. That hook is like a gaff. Little Z-Man. Green pumpkin on green pumpkin. Free fish. Lights behind me, but that's where we roll. Cool. Good fight. I've been doing work with the Z-Man jackhammer. I have established an entire new level of confidence in the bait in just one morning. Plenty of largemouth, plenty of smallmouth, and we can add bycatch Waldos to the list. I knew I was getting hits. They were like popping it, but they weren't eating it. So I slowed it down, and this one choked it. Nice fish. He could actually be a sandwich. Maybe 2 sandwiches. Sandwiches. But he's not going to. Water's 66.5 degrees. The fish are very active. It's not bad for a Friday morning. Good talking to you. Cool. Half ounce with the Zako trailer or Zako or whatever it is. Fatty. Dude, if I can get it around them, they eat it. I like it. Cool. You're a little wet there. Bet you that feels better. Maybe not, I don't know. Good talking to you. Zako trailer. Left this weed bed and then came back, threw it out, get them in the nets, which is pretty funny. I'll tell you what. Yeah, ate the heck out of that chatterbait. The wind is blowing and it's keeping the some of the recreational humans from making the rounds with the pontoon boat. Z-Man. So I'm gonna stay a little bit. Usually I leave. That was fun. I would have several sandwiches by now if I had a cooler or a live well. Or maybe just a plastic bag. Oh, there's more. All right, good talking. People who walleye fish here would kill themselves if they saw all these walleye. I kind of get the walleye dialed in. It's kind of fun. They're hitting it on the paws, throwing it into some deep weeds about. I'm sitting in 16, the weeds are in like 12. And it's a patch about 50 by 100 feet. I'm throwing past the patch, pulling it in, stopping it, and as it glides into the weeds, they just load up on it. It's fun. They're very skinny though, because they're all post spawn. Still a lot of fun. On a chatterbait. Walleye on the Z-Man. Loaded up on him. He's got a big head, big eyeballs. Eyeballs! The jackhammer scores a big green bass for me. Big's relative, but it's a nice green one. Killing it. And there was another one with it. Why is the one that's with it always bigger? But I'll take it. Good talking. Okay, so everything that I said about the jackhammer, my last video, I have to take back because it's killing it today. I'm having a day. Good talking to you. It's a midday vibrating jig green bass beatdown. Size is questionable, but the fun is not. Good talking. And the snot rocket on the Ned rig, of all things, completes the hitting for the cycle, the trifecta. No, it's the cycle. Largemouth, smallmouth, walleye, and snot rocket. All his head fit through, but now the rest of him won't fit through. And there's no way I'm backing his head up. He's going to have to poop out something before we can... My gloves will never be the same. Yep, he's coming through. Anyway, yeah, so I should probably call it. Once you get a pike, it's the end of the day, right? It was a little noxious. Yeah, so the Ned rig with the owner, I forget, boxer head, jig head. Nice. It's making it happen. The wind stopped, so I had to drop down to super light. Good talking to you. Good day. It's just after 3 o'clock, and I'm heading home. Had a pretty decent day. I hit for the cycle. I got a largemouth, well, several largemouths, some smallmouth, bunch of walleye, and 1 pike to fill out the quota for the cycle. Smallmouth were all pound or 2, decent fish. I think the bigger fish of the day were the walleye. Largemouth probably came in second. And for a change, the smallmouth were pulling up the rear. The pike was a snot rocket about 20 inches. He don't even count. The bait of choice for the day, I thought it was going to be like a drop shot or something, but there was way more wind than I anticipated. And vibrating jig, specifically the jackhammer, Z-Man Evergreen jackhammer, 1/2 ounce, green pumpkin Zako trailer. I used 1 trailer all day. Caught like, I don't know, 30 fish. 1 trailer. And I was kind of sweating it there at the beginning, because once I found out that they were going to be munching on it, checked my inventory. I only brought 1 bag of trailers with me, so I had the 1 on the bait and 3 in the bag, and I never went to the bag. It's still on there. It's nice. I like it when a trailer lasts like that. That's good. And it was a stop and go retrieve, and it was in deep weeds. That was the whole deal. I had to find, there was only 2 patches of weeds that fit the bill in this lake, and I just bounced back and forth, and the wind had to be blowing. If the wind was calm, there wasn't much going on. So there would be like 30 minutes of wind and 30 minutes of no wind and 30 minutes of wind. I would use the no wind time to transit to the to the other weed patch. With the canoe, it takes a couple of minutes to go anywhere, and more than that to go any distance. But it was fun being out in the old town. It felt good. And I have to say, I really like the vibrating jig bite. It's fun. It's a slow motion bite. The bait just kind of stops, and I have to keep reeling, and sort of like a reel sweep set deal. I was using 15-pound fluorocarbon and a 7'4" composite KVD cranking rod, and I like a slower reel for the chatterbaits. I like a Calcutta 200D. It's a cranking reel. It's 5.7, and there was a few times where the fish came at me, and I was working really hard to keep them tight. But I have a hard time slowing down. I can't take like an 8-speed reel and go like this. I can't do that. So with the 5.7, even if I get a little excited after a fish or 2, it's still kind of going kind of slow. And that was the deal today. I don't think I caught a single fish while I was moving the bait. Every single fish hit on the pause. I had several fish that ate it. I casted it out. When I picked the bait up, they were on there, that's fun. That's a nice howdy do. Anyway, so that was the deal. I'm gonna go home, chill out. I'm a little overdressed. It's 80 degrees out, and I'm wearing jeans. But it was in the 40s or 50 or something this morning when I left. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know what it's like. All right, good talking to you.